Hello and welcome to my video demonstration of my tile editor and accompanied game. Uh, what you see here is the game view. This is what's going to appear in the actual game. The map that you see here was created with the editor and simply saved, and the game just loads it and puts a character in. Right now, just showing you, it has basic collision, basic layer generation. Character appears under certain layers and over other layers. He goes through trees. His hair likes to go through trees like that. And all of this is simply part of the game, the character and everything. But the map functions on a different layer scale in of itself. So the layers that you see here that appear over and under the character are not necessarily the same layers that you see in the editor. They're a little transfixed, so to speak. So right now I'm just going to show you how to make a game with the editor and how simple it is. So right now I'm just going to go into the editor, make it as start a project, and play it. And just to show you that I can edit the current map, I'm going to open up that map that you've just saw. And you see it appears here. And I also have a zoom feature, so you can zoom out if you want to. You see like that, you could zoom out. Right now, it's 100 by 100 tiles. And that's what I set this map to. That's not standard. Standard's normally like 32. And this, right at this point, this is as big as it's going to get. I mean, this is as big as you really want it to get for our purposes. So this map would be a basic map in the game. But we don't want to use this map for our purposes, so we're going to open it up again. Alright, so this is how it appears when you haven't loaded a map into it. This is how it appears at the start of the map creation cycle, so to speak. So I can edit my map size here, make it 41. 41 is 41 by 41. I figured out that tile width and tile height doesn't really matter as long as you got them to equal each other. Right now I'll go over some features. The full fill tool will fill all the pixels with a specific parallax tile. So you see here, just filling it with fence or with grass. And as you see here, this is my layer view. So the first layer would be the collision layer, and that just functions on its own. It's pretty self-explanatory. The base layer, that's where I like to set stuff that's under all other layers. You can't really do much with it, so I suggest adding a couple layers first. So here I have layer 3 and layer 4. So I'm just going to add a tree in layer 3, and a tree in layer 4, and then add a tree in layer 5. So if I select layer 3, you notice the layers above it appear transparent, and the layers below the layer appear darker. That's just so the user knows what they're editing. If you click the base layer, it'll appear as it does in game. So if I would want to reorder these layers, I simply use the up arrow or the down arrow. So suppose I want this tree to be above this tree. Below this tree. All I would have to do is just hit that arrow, and then you see it appears above. Of course, this is not what we want it to use it for, but I'll just create a new tile map now. Fill that. Okay, so I'll show you how I can fill things in my editor. So you could just use a regular fill, and this requires some codes. It requires queries and stuff. So now it's a little laggy depending on where you fill. but it works fine uh, for your standards. If you would go too close to the edge, like suppose I go this close to the edge, it's a little finicky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like this time it'll work, sometimes it won't work. I really don't know what's going on, but in the end, it will eventually fill it in. So fill it in, make a nice road going across the screen. And I'll add another tile set. I'll add like a forest tile set. Just put some trees in. Put some basic trees. And you don't have to select the whole tree. You can select half the tree or part of the tree. It doesn't matter. It'll render the same. Layers will be the same. And just add a couple trees. And also I want to show you the alpha layer. The alpha layer is basically just like fence. So it functions the same as other parallax tiles, only it's transparent. So it appears above the normal parallax tile layer. If you go to base, you'll see how it'll appear in game. So right now, I don't like this tree being here. So right now, I'm just gonna save this, and I almost forgot. I have to do a collision map, so I'm gonna go to Tools, Auto Generate Collision Map, and that'll automatically make your collision map for you. Suppose you wanted to add a secret spot down here, you can choose to edit that collision. So I'll just edit that out, delete that, and now the player can walk on water over here. Of course, this is not standard. I mean, you don't want it to do that. Just maybe for the sake of the game, I should probably just add some kind of bridge. I just was doing some guesswork there. Alright, so save that. So now what I'm going to do is play that in the game, just to show you how easy it is. Of course there are build errors. Alright. Since I cannot edit what's in the project files themselves, I must Alright, go into the game file. You see there's 4 layers here. So I want to delete the 5th to the 8th layer. And normally this is what you're going to have to do until you all functions within the map file itself. Okay, so here you see my player. He's already in the secret area. He collides with objects, collides with it, appears above certain objects and below. He can walk on the bridge, no problem. He'll go through the tree like before. See, he'll go through the tree. And that's basically how easy it is to create a map and export it to the game in my editor. The only slight fix is that I need to delete certain maps manually in the code, but that is just temporary until I get a debug menu in here. So for now, it remains pretty simple. Without an editor, this would be very, very hard for you to figure out